Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Sunday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. If you're joining me live, let me know you're here. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side gig business. Welcome today. It is not an eclipse. I am here live at this time. I'm taking advantage of the beautiful sun coming out. We have had rain for quite some time out here, and that's kind of rare, but we are enjoying the sunshine today, so I figured I'd take advantage of that. PK, what is going on? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. So, I got a really cool one for you today. Penguins are really interesting, right? I don't know if you're into this stuff or not, but I actually am into animals and how they live, their behaviors, and what we could learn from them. So I've done lives on snakes, wolves, eagles, hawks, parrots, chickens. Like I've done all kinds of lives. But Manoush, what is going on? How are you? Welcome. Good to see you. You're gonna like this live. So penguins have a really interesting habit that they do. And I think they're really unique. If you haven't looked them up, they're really unique in character. So when they fall in love, when a penguin falls in love, he actually searches the whole area, and he goes and searches for the perfect rock or a stone. And when he finds the perfect rock or stone, he brings that and gives it to the other penguin whom he fell in love with. Okay, so he takes this rock and this perfect stone, and then he kind of gives it. It's like if I were to bring it home for us, it would be like an engagement ring. He takes this rock or stone, takes it to the penguin, the female one. Now get this. If the female penguin says no, well, if she says yes, then obviously they're together. But if she says no, here's what happens. If she says no, what he does, he takes that stone or rock and he swims it to the deepest part of the water or the ocean and hides it under the algae in the ocean so that no other male penguin can find that stone and be turned down and embarrassed. What? How cool is that? This guy takes the stone that was imperfect, according to her, takes it and hides it from everybody else so nobody else can see it and nobody else can come up to that stone and get turned down or disappointed. Now, I know that's amazing, but now let's try to bring that home to us. How many times we deliberately, on purpose, throw rocks or stones on the path of others? Have you thought about that? On purpose, how many times do we on purpose trip people up, throw rocks and stones on their path? How many times in our lives, daily lives, we make fun of other people's dreams, goals, choices? That's throwing rocks and stones in front of people. When the good book says, when you're not for me, you're against me. When you're not for people, what are you then? I mean, if you're throwing rocks and stones in front of other people, guess how your path is. I'm pretty sure it's not paved asphalt, smooth sailing, is it? I'm guessing you're struggling and it's rocky road and up and down and shaky and all kinds of stuff, right? How many times do we just love throwing these stones and rocks at people, in front of them, making fun of them? Wouldn't it be nice if we could take that penguin philosophy or habit and apply it in our lives? If we see something that is a possible danger or a trip cause for somebody, wouldn't that be nice to pull it off or get it off the path so not everybody else will trip over it? Oftentimes, and this has happened quite a few times, that I've been walking or what have you, and I see, or I pull out of my my garage, and there's kids that play in front of it. So there's always like stuff on the ground. You want to be careful. You don't want to like drive over them, right? So I could just kind of kick him to the side so it doesn't bother me, or I could just pick him up and throw him in the trash so it doesn't bother anybody. I've honestly practiced that for as long as I can remember. It's been something that's been with me. Like if I'm driving, do not do this if you're not careful. When I'm driving and side street or what have you, something in the middle of the road, there's nobody around, I can pull over safely and walk over and pull it out of the road. I do that. I deliberately remove the rocks and the stones that I can from people's paths. Why would I throw more rocks and stones in front of them if I don't want that done to me? I think it's such a powerful habit. I'd like to call it a habit because it's not a philosophy. It's a habit. That's what they do. They fall in love. They pick up they pick up what they feel like is the perfect stone, right? It's like the perfect one. They pick it up. They show it to her. She says it sucks. They get hurt. They take the stone. They go in the deepest part of the ocean, hide it under the algae, and then what happens? Nobody else gets to see that stone. Nobody else gets to be turned down or ridiculed for it. Now, what do? We pick up a stone, we go show it. And they say it sucks. And what do? We show it to everybody else. We throw it in front of everybody else. We judge. We ridicule. We put down. We make fun of people's characters and choices, and that's rocks. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you guys some love, some inspiration, some value from this. Take this principle and habit and run with it. Apply it in your own life. And here's the thing, I've shared this before. We get opportunities on a daily basis to put these things into practice. Because we're human. We talk to people. We run into folks, right? So if that's really the case and that's happening, why not take these opportunities and really practice and sharpen up your principles? Sharpen them up. Because every day when that happens, why do I say I'm a work in progress? Why? because I'm constantly trying to make sure that I sharpen my principles. I'm constantly trying to use the opportunities that show up in a day to sharpen my principles, which means what? When something happens, if you got a principle that matches the situation, then practice your principle. If you come across a rock, don't just walk by it. Kick it off to the side so nobody else can trip over it. It's that simple. Hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I will until. If you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people here. Share it on your wall. And yeah, I'd love to get your feedback. And I'd love to get your feedback. So drop them in the comments below. Let this feed grow. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business, side gig. Signing off till tomorrow, where we do it all over again. Much love.